Hello, my friends. We meet again. I got a strawberry Zen, strawberry hard cider with a hint of cucumber because I'm a fancy boy. It's
Okay.
very delicious.
Okay.
You can drink if you want. Um, I'm here with one of my large adult sons, one of my favorite people in the world. Just a hell of a guy, Big Dave. Welcome
What
to the show,
up?
Dave.
I'm here. I'm drinking Smart Water. Not a sponsor.
Not a
Um,
sponsor. This is Blake's. They should sponsor me with all the money I give them.
yeah, you need
A
a
cider,
cider
cider
sponsor for the
hookup.
pod.
I do. I sure do. Anyways, Big Dave, if you don't know him, is maybe the most magnetic man in Southern wrestling. He is lights
Whoa.
up a room every time he comes in. It's the truth. And he is very recent by comparative standards to the wrestling world, but he's very ascendant and he's going to break out if he isn't breaking out already in in the world of not just Southern wrestling, but in professional wrestling. And I'm somewhat responsible for this terror that we've unleashed in the world. But Dave is his own person, and I'm very glad to count you as a friend and someone to talk to all the time. And it's a joy to watch you wrestle. So let's talk about your life a little bit.
Thank you.
Who is
Thank
Little Dave before we get into Big Dave? Tell me about Little Dave.
you. Oh man. Little Dave was born in '99, as you could probably imagine by
Since
now.
'99, baby.
Since '99. Um, I don't know. I had a pretty normal childhood. You know, parents normal Southern childhood. Parents divorced. Mama smoked cigarettes. Um, but I mean, it was just like pretty stereotypically Southern. We fished. We fucking hunted. We went to the farm. We worked. Uh, I went. I said this in the little pre-show, but yeah, no, I did cooler stuff. I guess I did some foreign language stuff. I got to do some traveling because I feel like Little Dave is a lot smarter than Big Dave, if that makes any sense. I've lost a lot of brain cells. I feel like so. Little Dave, the world was his oyster. Uh, but no, it was just a lot of I hung out with my grandparents a lot, you know, played baseball, real stereotypical like I got a family unit around me type shit.
You had a farm in the family, right?
We did. Yeah,
Hmm.
well still do technically, but
Hmm.
I ain't got nothing to do with it no more. It was we had a row crop farm. We didn't by the time I was born, they didn't do the row crops themselves. They paid other people to do it, but it's been in our family for fuck probably close to 100 years now. It had been at least like 70 or 80 years in our family when I was
That's wild. What
still
crops do you
around.
guys grow?
It was like they did the there's a rotational crop system in our area of like soybeans, corn, cotton because it'll naturally replenish the soil
Yeah.
like the different crops will. So it's that type of rotational crops. Those are the main three. And then I was involved with like the cattle side of it that we branched into as I got older.
Do you
So
literally
that was
raise
cool.
cattle? It's a
Yeah,
shoot.
we did yeah, we did Black Angus, just production calves, I guess is the terminology. I don't I feel so far removed from all that. I don't remember a lot as I used to do. But I'm getting the thumbs up. The thumbs up for we did production calves. My old lady has talked to my dad about it extensively.
Well, answer me this because I always wondered. Um,
Okay.
is how different is a fresh steak as opposed to like a over processed grocery store steak?
Um. Okay. We only ever killed one cow for ourselves. We
Oh, okay.
sold them. We would take them to the stockyard, and they were like it was like a running joke that we would report cow totals to each other in a group chat just by a dollar amount, not by how many cows were actually in the field. We would just send a dollar amount because it was no type of like we're this is for us. This is like we were raising steers to sell off like 10, 15, 20 at a time or take to a stockyard to sell off for other people that, they would raise them and kill them for meat,
Hmm.
probably, I think. But we killed one. We named it T-Bone. It was very good, honestly. We did a lot of pork sausage too. We had a Uncle Tim who raised hogs. Here's a fun fact: the same uncle was the defensive captain for Auburn's first national championship in 1957.
Oh hell yeah!
Um, yeah, so that's a cool thing. He raised pigs to to kill and eat, and fresh sausage and like fresh pork. You can't touch it. It's so good.
It's
I think
amazing.
like
You
eggs
also.
too. I feel like anything
Oh yeah.
fresh,
Oh, eggs
anything
are night and
fresh,
day.
bro. You can't touch anything that's like being freshly like just give to you.
You also told me an incredibly southern story, and we'll go into some other southern stories.
Yeah.
Waffle House at 5 years old.
Oh yeah, that was my first job. My dad had a commercial contract with his lawn maintenance company that he owned and operated for god damn like 30 something years. Just him. It started out him and a homie and it just became just him after like 10 years. I think they started it in had to have been the late 90s and just kept it going.
Hmm.
So he had a commercial contract with all the Waffle Houses in the greater Tennessee Valley, Huntsville, Madison County area. And fuck, somebody had to pick the trash up, dude. So little 5-year-old Dave was out there with a garbage can, just fucking picking up cigarette butts and throwing them in there and getting real close to the grease traps out back. I didn't eat Waffle House as a child because I thought that the grease traps out back was like a spare fryer. And I thought that's what they were frying the food in on the inside. And I was like, that shit is nasty. I don't want to fucking eat at no Waffle House. Now I've matured and I respect it and I love the Waffle House.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Any other fun jobs you had as a kid? I mean, working on the farm, working at Waffle House. It's
Um.
very Alabama. I love it.
Well, I didn't necessarily work at Waffle House as much as I worked for my dad, but I
Hmm.
cut grass with my dad every summer. Um. I worked on the farm every weekend. I that was really it up until I was like 16, 17. Then I graduated, started getting internships and shit like that, like carried on with life.
Um, which member of your family exposed you and influenced you with wrestling?
Oh, that would have to be my brother. So
Okay.
just we'll get a little sappy with it. My brother, when I was younger and things in our house were not the greatest, he would show me wrestling DVDs in his bedroom just to be like, here's something on the TV to watch, little feller. You know what I mean? So I watched it was he had all of Raw from the Attitude Era and all of WCW. So he essentially had the Monday Night Wars with Raw and
Yep.
Nitro
That's
back to back on a VHS
incredible.
tape. So you could watch Raw, Nitro, Raw, Nitro, Raw, Nitro,
Oh, it's
Raw,
so good.
Nitro. So that was my earliest like memory of wrestling was like probably 4 or 5 years old, something like that. Him taking me in there and showing me that on the TV, and then from there it was watching like early 2000s Raw, SmackDown, and yeah, it's just always been. I've just always loved it.
Who were your guys growing up?
Oh, so from it's Sting and Stone Cold from the
Hmm.
VHS tapes that my brother was showing me because I thought Sting was just like crazy fucking vigilante. I thought he was like wrestling Batman to me, if that made any sense. Like he was coming down from the
Yeah,
rafters
I
and just
totally get it.
beating up like Joker clan soldiers. Stone Cold just because I mean fuck, he's just so cool. He's just so cool.
I
And
can
I
see
think
Stone
I
Cold in
think
your
like
in you.
and he looks just like my dad.
Oh,
So
really?
that was always kind of funny just to be like, dude, what if that's my dad? But he just like takes off his fucking muscles when he gets home.
So, did you go to any wrestling shows growing up, or was it till you were
Uh,
in your teens?
let me think because I think I vividly remember going to a Raw taping in Huntsville when I was like, man, 7 or 8. It was when DX had just gotten back together, so it would have had to have
Oh,
been like '08 or '09
that was a rough
for that
time.
little like. Hey, I was up in there loving it, dude. You can't tell me shit. You can't tell
Full
me
glow sticks, full on glow
re-
sticks.
wrestling ain't never been bad for me. Uh, it was, but so I thought the glow sticks were cool, honestly. But so that I think that was like my first show that I ever attended was that Raw taping, or it was just a taping. I remember in Huntsville. I think it was Raw.
Did you know anything about the Independents? When did you ever learn about them?
Oh my God, no! I just thought the only wrestling I thought was the shit that you had to like seek out and find on the internet. So I thought it was just like WWE, fucking Ring of Honor for the longest time. Which I guess is Ring of Honor the Independents. Do you call them Independents
Yeah,
around
ish.
that time? You know,
Yeah, yeah, it
um,
counts.
that was that was like as deep as I went into it at that time. The first independent that I found was. Oh man, shout out Rocket City Championship Wrestling in Hazel Green,
Love to see it.
Alabama.
Love to see it.
Uh, I started buying tickets there, and I saw, oddly enough, some people that are very close to me now, and just like a weird full circle, type thing. I would see Luther X curb stomping
Yep.
dudes into chairs. I would see a 14-year-old Sean Campbell wrestling in a mask doing a
Oh my
spoiler
god.
gimmick. Uh, just a fun story. We were hanging out on my couch, and he was asking me pretty much the same question that you just did, probably about 2.5 years ago when we first started getting to know each other. And he was like, "So who would you see when you went to Rocket City?" And I was like, "Dude, man, there's this kid in this mask. He looked like he was like 14 under there." And he was like, "That was me, and I was 14." And I was like, "Wow, I love this business."
I love this business. So how old were you when I got to know you?
I guess, fuck,
Late teens, early 20s, right?
I want to say probably 19,
Yeah.
19, I would say, because you were
This is
coming
where
down
I
to New
step into the
South.
story a to little bit.
Yeah, this is
You
where
were
you
just a
stepped in.
kid
It's
talking to
probably
me on
about
Twitter.
yeah. I think you had come to maybe like one or two New South shows
Hmm.
because I
And then
discovered
we
New South after Rocket City because I was like, man, there's got to be something else. Anyway,
I got to meet you at New South shows, and then we started talking on Twitter a little bit,
we did,
and we like to shit on the same things,
we do.
and we do. It's very true. But um, I like to take credit for somewhat breaking you in, although it was all you. But we then went on a trip. You just said, "Hey, can I go on this trip with you?" Tell the story from your perspective, man. Because like,
My perspective, that was my first time like leaving the state, I guess, to go to an independent wrestling show.
mhm.
Maybe I'd come up to I really don't think I've gone to anything but New South shows and like maybe 3 to 5 or 6 Rocket City shows before I found New South.
And I traveled
Um,
all over the place. I was traveling all the time, and
yeah,
this was the middle of COVID Indiana trip, right?
yeah, it was the
No,
first GCW show back from COVID.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Because we were so cooped up during COVID, and maybe not as smart as regards to a world pandemic, but
yeah,
um, we just had to get out of the house basically. And
yeah, and
GCW ran.
I was young. I said, let's go.
I was old and said let's go, so I can't say shit. But we decided to go up to Indiana with our friend Carrie. God love him. What a great man. Miss him. Hope he's listening. But we decided to go up to Indiana because they ran in a park in the height of COVID in Indiana,
Yes,
and everyone's in masks sitting outside,
yes,
and we had a fucking blast.
dude, that was honestly very fun. Um, just funny side note. You did tell me I was a silly boy for considering training on that trip, which is funny in retrospect.
Well, I
But
was gonna, I know, right?
I know you meant well. You guys all meant
I
well. But that was
we did
around the
mean
time that I was like fully considering just being like, man, fuck it. What if I just forked over a little cashola and got trained to wrestle?
That was gonna be my next question. Did you catch the bug at that point,
Um,
or when did you catch the
I would
bug? When did you say this
I
is
would
something I
almost
want to do?
I don't know because I would just feel like that's forever because I mean in the same way that folks would be like I want to be a police officer, I want to be a fireman, like I'll be like I don't know guys, I kind of want to be Stone Cold Steve Austin chugging beers and fucking wearing jean shorts on TV. Like that's the dream. You honestly chug beers and wear jean shorts on TV. Um so it's always just been a thing that was there, but it was I uh let me not bury my father, but I didn't come from a household that was like, yeah, let's go fucking chase those dreams. I came from a household that was like, let's get this education, let's do some hard work and like, put ourselves in a good position. It was never about like doing nothing wild like that. So I'd say the bug was definitely always there, but I think that trip probably like facilitated the bug in the right way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you saw there was more out there.
I was like, man, there's just a whole world out here of wrestling to be had. I saw Calvin Tankman
And
and I was just like, holy shit.
what an incredible wrestler, by the way. Saw
Yeah,
him
I
about a
agree.
month ago, and he's so good.
I got to see him in versus Derek Neal at KOBK 85 Territories, Dukes, Indianapolis.
Love it.
I said all the names.
Shouts out.
Shouts out.
So you actually make the decision. I'm going to train and do this thing.
Yeah, yeah, that was,
Okay.
man, probably shortly after that trip, honestly. I remember,
Yeah. I remember getting the
I
text
remember
from you, and
specific.
I'm like, "You're really getting into this. All right, cool."
This is this is happening. I remember. This is funny. For that trip, I remember getting a text from my uncle who ran the farm that was like, "Hey, I know your car is messed up, and I know you're going on this wrestling trip this weekend. Do not take that goddamn farm truck." And I was like, "Okay." And then I fucking took the goddamn I took the goddamn 450 Super Diesel up to fucking Boston Nuga's house. Uh, anyways, um, yeah, I decided. I texted you. I let all the homies know. I was like, I'm gonna try this, and I entered upon the world of wrestling training.
You trained at New South.
I did. There was
Hmm.
the New South Academy. God rest its soul. I think we were the last class.
Oh, they're not trained anymore.
Well, I mean they do, but it's not like a full on like class of people.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
It's just like let's get in here and hone some stuff.
Now, and so your training was a little more formal than many
Yes,
people's. Who trained you? Tell me
yes,
about because training's pretty recent for you. You probably have more recent memories of training than someone I have on the show who's a 15-year vet.
yeah. I just hit the 3 year mark, so I'm still fresh. I'm still got fresh skin in the game. Uh, so training for me was I'd been going to New South shows and I started partaking with the brethren around intermission time and maybe after the shows I was partaking and they were mentioning to me they were just like dude you should give it a shot man you'd probably be good at it and I only wanted to manage like I was like dude I work on this farm
Yeah, six
like
foot five manager. That'll go over real well.
I thought it would, man. I thought I would change the world with that idea. I really did. I was like, dude, I know it's not a thing, but I'm different. Uh, but I was like, man, I fucking work on this farm. Like my body hurts. Like it's still even after I was like training to wrestle because even when I just started, I told everyone I was like, I just want to be a manager. They were like, cool, you're still gonna do all this shit. Like it's not. You don't think that you can just like prance into wrestling training and be like, oh, well, I want to be a referee or like I want to fucking be a manager and you can like it at a reputable school with reputable people. You know what I mean? I was trained by
Yeah.
Cabana Mandan, Kenzie Page, Brandon Williams had a hand in showing me because he does that goddamn rip your arm off shit. So he had a hand in showing us some finer technical holds and such that I'm
But you're a
so
big holds guy, yeah.
big holds guy over here. You should see my top wrist lock. But like I just told them I wanted to be a manager, and I was still in there like doing squats, running around the ring, like big bumping, hitting the ropes, doing all the drills, like blow up drills, all that type of shit. Like referees in there doing it with us. Shout out, ref Kevin Blicker. He was in our class. He was in there. I mean, dude, we used to tell him all the time. We would just be like, dude, you should just fucking put on a mask and have a mask gimmick, dude. You were fucking too good at this shit to just be in there refing. But like, so yeah,
Now,
it was hard, but I had to do it. And then
you were going
along
through it.
that, along that is kind of how I started to develop. Like, oh man, like this is almost coming more naturally to me at a faster rate, like than I ever thought that it would. Because I mean, I was a pretty big guy. Like you knew me at that time. It's not like
Hmm.
I didn't necessarily look the way that I look now. I didn't like. I definitely couldn't move the way that I can now. I've
Hmm.
played sports my whole life, but I gained so much weight that it was like, man, like this shit hurts a whole lot. But I just kept doing it. Like I was fucking puking after every training session or puking during every training session. And then one day I just stopped puking. And then one day the fucking shit just started paying off in the gym and fucking training all clicked together. But yeah, no, somewhere along the first like fucking 2 months of training is where I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna be a manager. I want to be a wrestler for real.
Now, one person who was in your was he in your training class? We could go on for an hour about negatively, or was once positively and now negatively.
Yeah, Lee was there. My former best friend, former tag team partner, speculated alleged lover, now bitter rival. Lee was there. We met. God, when did we meet? We met like a week before Haas 2021, and you'll think this is funny because you know Lee as well. He was he was hanging out with like like this is like his first 2 days of being around the business as a whole. He's from around the same area as some other people, so it's like he just started riding up, and he's just here out of nowhere. Has no clue that independent wrestling exists. He just went to high school with a dude who's like, "You do that wrestling, brother? I'd like to go." So he shows up and he's smoking cigarettes in the parking lot with our parking lot attendant trainees. And now you remember the JC Arena days. So you
I do.
remember that the parking lot staff was not the cream of the crop.
No, not at
So
all.
I looked out there at Lee and I was working the door. I'm a doorman myself. And I was like, hey man, come over here real quick. Cause I don't know, I just kind of liked him. I kind of thought he was goofy and funny. And so he came up there and he was like, yeah, what's up, brother? Cause that's fucking Lee. And I was like, man, why don't you just like stand here at the door and help me like get these people some tickets and like get them to their seats. And then quite literally after that, the rest is history as you know it now. You know what I mean? We just fucking started hanging out. He lived with me for a short time. Then he didn't live with me anymore because his fucking car blew up because we were fucking idiots. Um, but yeah, no, that he was there for pretty much all of it. Till he hit me in the head with a steel chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it happens.
Bastard, bastard.
So, okay, if anyone doesn't know who negatively is, I describe him as, like orange juice concentrate, where it's like the most orange juice.
Oh
Well, he's the
yeah,
most Alabama. He's like Alabama concentrate.
yeah,
Like if you were to just picture the most Alabama man, that would be Lee. Is that a good way
yeah,
to describe him? Or
yeah,
he's got a
yeah.
mullet. He talks.
Yeah,
His accent is so thick that he literally needs subtitles.
There's a great clip out there somewhere of some shit that we filmed one time where I get out of my car and the camera like follows me up Lee's driveway, and the person behind the camera is like, "Where are we at, Lee?" And he's like, "We're in Chilla, Penny, Alabama." And I was just like, dude, put that shit in the Smithsonian as what a Southern man is.
Now, you guys used to do these videos that I would literally show to my non-wrestling friends, like hyping up matches and stuff like that. I got friends up in Boston. I'm like, I know you don't know anything about wrestling, but this is the most entertaining shit ever. You and Lee hyping up matches was
Yeah, that's
the
I know
BDSM
that
era.
was
BDSM, Big Dave securing and managing, not BDSM the way some perverts would think about it.
yeah,
But
no, what are you talking
BDSM
about?
was Big Dave securing and managing since '99,
Yeah, yeah, I
and you got
used
to make
to
T-shirts that said BDSM.
I did, and it was that was like that was a lot of fun, honestly. That when me and Lee were, I mean, I mean, we just fucking be partaking on the couch and be like, dude, what if we just did this? Like we had, and then we'd take like the next 2 hours of our lives and just film the fucking silliest shit you've ever seen in your life, and
It's
then
incredible.
fucking, and then split the bill to send it to one of our friends to get the video edited because neither one of us could figure out how to edit videos on our phone. And then we just posted them because we were like, "Fuck it, dude. Let's just fucking see what happens." And I think that helped both of us a lot early on. Was like internet presence. We kept that shit up. We used to be Johnny on the spot all the time. We had a video for everything. Like we were just going to shows to hang out. We're fucking cutting promos and doing crazy shit in them.
Now, I mean, obviously you turned away from each other
Yeah,
in the wrestling
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But do you think teaming with Lee helped make you the wrestler you are now? Help find your character? Because like I saw your character evolving in those videos into what it is now.
I would say for sure. It's definitely just like a natural elevation of myself and like people that I've known throughout my life and like situations and stuff like that. Like it's definitely me turned up to not even an 11 like the old cliche. It's me turned up to
Yeah.
like a 25. You know what I mean? I just take everything. I'm just like yeah, here it all is. It definitely helped. We're two very like-minded guys. We come from similar places, similar experiences. Like we were able to like bounce ideas off of each other, bounce just like not even ideas, we just bounce everything off of each other, like bounce shit in the ring, in the videos that we made, like in promos, all of that. It definitely helped. I think both of us like kind of figure out that like okay it is like just us cranked up is okay, you know what I mean? It helped
Yeah.
us figure that out.
What is the most Lee? Not even the funniest Lee story, but the most Lee story you can remember.
Oh man, here's a great one that we've been talking about a lot recently because I think a Snapchat memory or something came up about it. We were on a road trip in a van with a whole bunch of members of the New South locker room, chief among them Donald Primetime.
Oh,
So
the one and
Donnie
only.
and Donnie and Lee come from the same place. Yeah, that's documented. I can say that. I'm trying to fucking walk whatever fucking narrow line.
That's
Uh,
fine.
so Donnie and Lee come from the same place, so they're very close and they fuck with each other. So Donnie been fucking with Lee, just fucking with him, and Lee's like, "I'm gonna get you back, and you're gonna hate everything about it." So we stopped at a Waffle House at 5 a.m. and we had been on the road for I think like 23 hours at this point, and we're on the way back. I don't remember specific. Lee kept trying to take a bite of his hash browns, and every time he would, Donnie would fucking scrape him off of his fork or like knock his fork back down with his
Oh,
fork. And Lee was like, "Donnie, you got one more time, or it's about to get fucking like belligerent in this Waffle House, brother." And Lee went to take a bite, and Donnie fucking smacked that shit down again. Oh, it's fuck. I think my AirPod just died. Let me fucking throw in the other one. That's okay.
no,
We'll
I
make
can
a.
hear you. You're good.
So he goes to take that bite, and Donnie smacks that shit down again. And Lee takes the waffle from Donnie, the uneaten waffle from Donnie's All Star Special, picks it up, flips it over, and slam dunks it down onto the rest of Donnie's All Star Special, and just splatters that shit all over him. And then I'm talking like comedic, like it's just everywhere. And then Lee just
Like
fucking starts
Gallagher.
laughing and just yeah, and then Lee just starts laughing and just goes back to fucking eating his shit like nothing happened. That's just like he's just fucking off the wall, dude. He's fucking insane. I don't think a lot of people understand that about him. He is fucking crazy. He's the most like when I used to fucking have to pick him up when we were fucking tagging, I'd text him and be like, "Yeah, I'm 15 minutes away," and he would send me like, he'd be like, "Yeah, brother, I'm awake, I'm ready for you," blah blah blah, like shit's by the door, and then I'd get there and I'd have to like break into his home, and then his bedroom door would be locked, so I'd have to break into his bedroom to like physically shake him awake after confirming and having a full conversation 15 minutes prior about how awake he was and ready to get into my car.
It's very Lee. It's
But God,
very. Oh,
he's an enigma. He's a I don't God, I don't really know how to describe him. I think you described him best with Alabama concentrate.
yeah, he sure is. Now you started in New South, right? That I mean, you trained there. They started putting you on shows. What was it like
I
working
did.
in front of a crowd for the first time? Like how what was that moment like?
Um, I mean, honestly, I was very fucking nervous. Um, my first match was September 18th, 20 20 yeah, September 18th, 2021. I wrestled
Yep,
one of my trainers, Kenzie Page, at the Golden Ape
I remember you
CrossFit
telling me
gym
about it like right
in
afterwards.
Decatur, Alabama, which was the same place we trained at. So it was like it's that spot was like 15 minutes up the road from like my family's farm. So it was I was able to like, you know, have an impact by like putting up flyers locally and all of that shit, like with my face on it, and like, people see that, and that was cool. Um, but yeah, no, I was very fucking nervous. On my way there, um, I thought I was gonna get pulled over, so I made a whole bunch of turns out of nowhere crazy because I was like, "Fuck, I can't get pulled over. I'm running late." And it was just one of those days like I just felt super nervous leading up to it because I was like, "Man, this just feels like." I didn't know that it was what I wanted when I started training, but now it's just like now that the moment is here, it's like fuck, I can't fuck this up, dude. Because if this is the first step, if I come out here and just like fuck this one up, then like where do you go from a fuck up? I'm not the type of person that wants to like fuck up and fix it. I just don't ever want to fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not the type of person like I agree I learn
I
from
get
my
that.
mistakes or whatever, but I would just prefer not to fuck up to begin with. But yeah, no, then all that literally like I'm sure you've heard a million people say it both in your private conversations with them and probably on this podcast. Like my music hit and I was nervous as fuck, like just pacing, sweating, like Lee sitting there trying to hype me up and I'm telling him shut the fuck up, like don't fuck with me right now. And then as soon as I walked out there and like people were cheering, I was just like, oh fuck yeah. And then it literally felt like I shifted into a mental gear that I had like never even thought that I could like shift into. Like that was just something that I'd never felt before in my life was just that feeling of just whatever that is. You know what I mean? Whatever we fucking feel when we hit that curtain. Like feeling that for
I
the
was say, do you
first time,
still
I
get
was
that
just
feeling
like,
3 years later?
oh, dude, every time. It don't matter. Like every time. It don't matter what I'm doing. It don't matter where I'm at. Like even if I'm nervous as fuck because I got a big match or whatever, I'll be pacing still nervous. As soon as I'm through the curtain and I feel it, like whatever that it is, I feel it and I'm just like, God, that's yep, we're back.
That's some people kill for that, man. That's a hell of a feeling.
Yeah, I've been watching the fucking Vince McMahon documentary and they're talking about the drug of entertainment or whatever, like the drug of feeling that rush. And I'm just like, dude, I know what the fuck they're talking about.
Um, so you're evolving as a character. You're evolving as a wrestler. Um, who are your influences? Who you pattern yourself after in the ring and as a character?
Um, I think as a character, probably like my uncle Billy Don, Dale Gribble from King of the Hill, Kenny Powers from
Oh
Eastbound and
yes,
Down. There's one more that I usually say with the three. I see it in myself just because I feel like I fucking just love this movie a lot, so I try to force it into my character, but I don't think it's the most natural thing. But fucking the dude from The Big Lebowski, I fucking
my
love
favorite
the
movie
Big
ever.
Lebowski. That shit is so funny. I love that guy. He seems so nice and cool. But just I don't know. Like I feel like just the I would like Big Dave to have the carefreeness of the dude. Even me
Yeah,
myself, I would like to have the carefreeness of the
I,
dude. He
my
writes a
favorite
check for
character in any movie
milk.
ever. Yeah,
He writes a check for milk. That's awesome.
he does.
He
That's
writes a
true.
67-cent something check for milk. What a fucking life.
You're slowly working into the business. Like I said, you got about 3 years under your belt. What are some of your favorite matches so far?
Ooh, so far. Um, Let me think. There's been a few. I feel like I made a little notes app list on my phone like everybody does, but I don't put stuff like that out. I just don't like doing it. I'm not knocking nobody that does, but it's like that's for me. I don't need to put my goals out there. I'll if I
Yeah.
don't meet them, I'll know. I don't want other people to know that I fucking if I didn't do them, if I didn't check any box, I want to know that. I don't want y'all to know that. But I had some names on there like Derek Neal, Manders. I was fortunate enough to get to wrestle them. I wrestled Derek Neal for to crown the first ever retinal heavyweight champion in Birmingham, Alabama. I think I don't remember how long it was, but it was a good one. I mean, because I was a dude that I looked up to at New South. Like I watched Derek Neal. Like Derek Neal is my dad's favorite wrestler. You know what I mean? My dad really
Yeah.
doesn't pay any attention except to like what I do and what I share on Facebook or in my Instagram story that he loves to keep up with. But Derek Neal is a dude who like my dad like registers with my dad, who is like from the bygone era of Coliseum wrestling on the Midway in
Yeah.
Huntsville. You know what I mean?
He's a throwback,
Like
man.
my dad loves Derek Neal. I love Derek Neal. I think Derek Neal's the fucking man. So getting to wrestle him was cool. Manders, he was one of the guys that like I looked up to as a fan that like when I got cool with, he really like helped instill a lot of wisdom into me about like the way this shit is, the way how you got to be and what you got to do to fucking get shit done. So getting to wrestle Manders was cool. We drank a beer together afterwards, so that was real nice. Um, Let me think. I had a Me and Lee did a bull rope match at New South
Last year,
Anniversary
right?
9. Yeah, yeah, it was last year. Anniversary 9. So that I really enjoyed that one just because it was like, we're me and Lee both like that old school wrestling. So we got to go out there and do like some old school like let's get bloody, let's wear a white t-shirt, let's punch each other in the face and let's fucking spit on each other, knock down, drag out bull rope match. So that was really cool. That's one that I hold fond. Uh versus Darian for the TWE title. That one was cool because that TWE is a very special place to me because if you want to talk about like honing a character or like really any kind of like because I don't always view myself as a character because half the time it is just me being myself on an elevated level. But when you start looking at it from like oh, I'm the biggest man alive, like that type of stuff. TWE, it was really a place that helped me hone all of that stuff in. Crash course every other Monday at the TWE arena. That was the first time I ever said I'm the biggest man alive was for whoever was at Crash Course that night. And then it just
I
took
was
off
there.
from there. You were
I
there.
was
I know
there.
you were
I was
because
there. I'm there
you
every freaking week,
you're
basically.
there. You're there for the future, dude. But you were there for the
I'm
first ever. I'm the biggest man alive. And that was when I was still being a little deviant, being a little bad guy in the TWE universe. But
with the Papa Hill
yeah,
sucks
no.
eggs T-shirt.
What a moment! What a moment in time. But yeah, no, getting to wrestle Darian, that for me, TWE being that place for me and being like my second home away from home. You know what I mean? Like uh being out there with Darian and like it being I want to I don't want to say it being presented the way that it is, but I mean the show is called Favorite Sons. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
the moment of all of that and just the atmosphere that night, that was a very special night. Honestly, I felt like I tested myself a lot. Darian Bingston is a very very good professional wrestler, and he took me to my damn limit out there, and it was nice to afterwards feel like, oh man, like I really held my own in that situation in a place that, and
Yeah, that
I
was
was accepted in like a place where I just want to be
yeah.
accepted because I feel like it's my home away from home, if that makes any
As
sense.
someone who was sitting in the front row for that match, and I've seen a significant percentage of your matches.
Yeah,
That was your best match, like as like your best wrestling match.
yeah,
It was great. Like I'm just like, oh, we'll see. Like I trusted you, but I'm just like, we'll see how this
right,
goes because Darian is a wrestler,
yeah.
and you held your own. You did great. You did fantastic.
Give him a little bit of
I know you don't like to talk about goals, but
right. Oh yeah,
3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you're in it to win it, man.
I am. I am in it to win it. Um, I think like I have a long standing goal with myself in wrestling where I just want to get better every single match. Like every single match, I
Fair.
want to have improved upon whatever I didn't do well or maybe I didn't do in the match before. I would like to remedy that in my next match, and then maybe something that I fell short in that match, I would like to remedy that. And then I just like to keep getting like progressively better. I guess one goal, if I had to just be like, because I say this all the time, like I want to fly somewhere. You know what I mean? I'd like to go to like the other side of the country. Not even fly, or I'd drive. You ain't got to fly me. That's
Drive to
presumptuous.
Cali, whatever.
But
20 hours, it's
I'll
fine.
drive. But like I would like I just want. I'd like to go. I'd like to go see. I'd like to go to places I ain't been before. I've been fortunate enough in 3 years to check off a few states that are out there, like Texas, New Jersey. But I'd like to do more. I'd like to get out of the Southeast a little bit. Not that there's anything wrong with the Southeast. I love the Southeast. Y'all all know
Hmm.
I love making the towns of the Southeast. But I'd like to get out there to different areas and start to broaden up a little bit.
Speaking of, what's the most southern thing you've ever done?
The most southern thing that I've ever done. Um, I mean, there's a lot, honestly. Um,
It's a
like
lot.
I've assisted in cow birth. I've fish fries, all of that stuff. I've had my rowdy nights at the. Okay, here's a pretty good one. The me we had to burn a hay bale, and we thought, what better way to burn a hay bale than to let it dry out for about 3 weeks. And so we let it dry
Oh,
out,
great.
and then we flipped it up on its side to where it's not. I don't fucking know. It's a cylinder, and you can't roll it no more.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
set on its end.
yeah, yeah.
And we took about 5 jugs of diesel fuel, 5 gallon jugs of diesel fuel. So probably about
Oh my God.
25 gallons of diesel fuel, and we just shoved them down into the top with the spigots broke, so the hay bale just soaked up a whole bunch of diesel fuel,
Oh my
and
God.
then we just lit the some bitch on fire, honestly, and then it caught on fire, and it burned super hot, and it was gonna catch a whole bunch of trees on fire, but it didn't, and then there was a whole bunch of smoke. The game warden came. Uh, One time we set the corner of Highway 36 and how well we didn't, but some people did on our property. That it wasn't us, but it was some folks that were associated with us. Set pretty much the whole corner of Highway 36 and Highway 67 in Lacey Springs, Alabama, on fire because they had bulldozed up a bunch of windrows, and then there was a burn warning, and maybe they didn't really check, and then they lit it on fire, and then the wind carried it over to the field, and then next thing you know, the whole goddamn intersection's on fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just a lot of dumb shit. I've done a lot of just dumb, dumb Southern shit. I've been around a lot of dumb Southern shit. I don't really think anything is like sticking out as like the most crazy like Southern
That
fried fucking country fried thing that I've ever done. It
no, I
was
love
too
it. That's
much.
lighting halos on fire with 5 gallons gas is it's not bad.
I, I mean,
Um,
yeah,
one one aspect and really the backbone of who Big Dave is the old lady.
this is true.
Uh, Old Squids. Let's put
Squids
her over.
Putney. Let's put Squids Putney over. I met the Squids Putney at the JC Arena, dude. I met them at the JC Arena
Where romance
in
happens.
Huntsville, Alabama. And they looked at me and they said, "Your hair is real pretty," or something like that, something to that effect. I don't remember what the exact connotation was, and I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of, "Thank you. I just started using coconut milk shampoo and conditioner." And then, oh man, yeah, we can get into it. I sent them a Facebook friend request after that interaction that was not responded to for a, a while. Uh, Actually, maybe never, possibly never responded to until our second meeting where we met again at a New South. I got the thumbs up that is correct. It was never responded to until our second meeting. Um, it was when we met again at a New South show because Squiz got a whole bunch of we have like we shared a whole bunch of friends just through the locker room,
Mm.
and I met Squiz that night, and then they came on back to the house to hang out with all of us, and then we have been inseparable ever since, pretty much. I mean, I love Squiz. I love Squiz to death, dude. There's fucking. I mean, fuck. I wouldn't have made it to like the first year's worth of my bookings, quite literally, if it was not for the Squids Putney.
That's what I was gonna say. Behind every up and coming and good wrestler is an even stronger partner and someone
I
who
mean, yeah,
supports
like
them
yeah,
unconditionally.
like they're there for all of my good matches. They're there for all of my bad matches. Like if they're there for the like, and it's very rarely that the Squids Putney is not in the vehicle with me. Like just know that prior engagements were long standing or very important for the Squids Putney to not be passenger princess over there in the old 2014 Ford Explorer telling me to change the song. Um, but no, for real, like I don't know. It makes it fun that I get to experience all of this with the person that I love, and that they are also someone who is interested in it and wants to support me and wants to like be a part of it as much as I do. Like that's something that I do not take for granted because I know that it is simply not that way for a lot of people.
It's a wonderful love, man. It's a wonderful love. You are a very lucky person, and they are
I
too,
know it.
because I love you both, and you just I'm really glad that you have each other.
Now, if somebody
Um,
out there wants to pay for Squids Putney's stigmatism surgery for their eyes so they can start driving at night when I hurt myself, please, my Cash App will be listed somehow. That's a
um,
running joke. That's a running
is it
joke if
okay?
we don't have anyone in the car. Is like, you can't get hurt tonight. I cannot drive us home.
One last question, and this is a random question. You
Let's
have some
do
of
it.
the weirdest tattoos I've ever seen. Give me the story behind one of them.
Okay, I can give you the story. We can do a little tattoo tour. Um, This was my first tattoo. It is a rocket ship because I'm from the Rocket City of Huntsville, Alabama. Um, I wanted all of my tattoos to be this little tiny, dainty little like line work, dot work tattoos. I thought that was cool when I was 18 years old and I could go get a tattoo. And I was being a big old baby. I thought it would hurt a lot, so I wanted them to be small. So I got that one, and then afterwards I was like, oh well, hell, that wasn't that bad. So then I got this one, which is how my mom signs all my birthday cards.
Love that.
She don't write "I love you" or nothing. She writes "smile" with a little smiley face. So that was my second one. I think my third one was probably the old fucking the tried and true, dude. The fucking stone cold tattoo on the leg.
Yeah, that's the one I was specifically thinking of there. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one was I met a guy. His name is Boogie. His name is Boogie Smith. He just moved tattoo shops actually, or I would be able to shout out pretty much the exact location of his shop. But I lived on the south end of Huntsville, Alabama, and Boogie had a shop in the south end of Huntsville, Alabama, and I went in to get that Stone Cold tattoo because I had seen a similar tattoo, and I was like, "Well, man, it would just be way fucking cooler if it looked like this." So then I thought about it, and I was like, "I'm gonna call a tattoo shop that's right by my house." Like on a whim, one day I was just like, "Let's
Hmm.
go get this fucking stupid ass Stone Cold tattoo." So I called up. I don't remember the name of the shop, but I remember the guy answering and going, "The name of the shop, this is Boogie." And I was like, "Hello, Mr. Boogie. I would like to get tattooed if and at all possible today." And he was like, "Well, what do you want to get? Like, I might be able to squeeze you in." He's fucking such country as fuck, like Appalachian country as fuck. And he was like, "What you want to get?" And I told him, I was like, "I have this idea of a crumpled up beer can that looks like a Pabst Blue Ribbon on my leg because I like Pabst Blue Ribbon. Uh, and it says Stone Cold, and then the beer branding is like 316, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin crumpled up tattoo."
Yeah.
And he was like, "So let me get this straight. You want a crumpled up Pabst Blue Ribbon on your leg that says hell yeah 316, and then you want the word Stone Cold around it?" And I was like, "Yes, sir, Mr. Boogie. If I could get that, please." And he was like, "Yeah, can you be here at 3 o'clock?" And I went down there at 3 o'clock, and he was so fucking excited to tattoo this goddamn Stone Cold tattoo on me that me and him became very close friends, and he proceeded to give me so many more tattoos after that. I got this fucking I got this fish right here next. That's what I fished for with my granddad. Everything after the first two were done by a different guy. These were done by Boogie from here on out. I got this
Mm.
fish that I used to fish for with my granddad. This is a crappie, a little Tennessee River crappie. It's a we just fry it and eat it. It's a real good fish. I don't know what type of fish it is. I don't know if it's a fucking bottom feeder. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. We used to fucking illegally shoot our fishing poles up underneath people's boathouses to catch these bitches in the wintertime at 4 o'clock in the morning. And he would drink a 40 ounce of beer and he would tell me, "Boy, I swear to God, if you tell your grandmama I drank this beer and let you drive the boat, I'm never taking you fishing again." And so I kept my mouth shut and I kept going fishing. Um, I think probably like the strangest one is probably this chicken head right here. Where's it at? It's a chicken head. It's just a little
Oh yeah.
decapitated chicken head. I got that one also from Boogie on Black Friday. I don't know if you're familiar with the tattoo game, but or not Black Friday, Friday the 13th. On Friday the 13th, tattoo shops will do like flash deals where they have little tiny, not tiny, but like roughly chicken head of mine size tattoos for like $30 or something like that, just so they can get a whole bunch of people in there in one day. Like
Yeah.
they'll clear their schedule and just have nothing but walk-ins for Friday the 13th. So he had his open until like 3 o'clock maybe, and I saw his Instagram story late, and I got off work at 2, and it took me about 45 minutes to get there from the feed store that I used to run. So I'm messaging him on the way. I'm like, "Bro, please, like, let me get in and get a Friday the 13th tattoo. Like, please." I get there about 10 minutes late, but he sees that it's me and he's like, man, I hope you don't want nothing fancy. And I'm like, dude, I literally just want a Friday the 13th tattoo. And he's like, oh, hell yeah. Like, you'll be my last one of the day after I finish this one. So he finishes the one that he's doing. And while he's doing it, he's like, hey, man, which one do you want so I can go ahead and have my apprentice, like, get the stencil ready? And I was like, well,
Yeah.
what's one that, like, everyone gets the same tattoos, obviously, because there's ones that are cooler than others on the list that
Yeah.
you can choose from. But I asked him, what's one that fucking nobody else got today? Like, what is the one that is just fucking, nobody will ever get this and nobody got it today? And he didn't even have to think. He said, that stupid fucking chicken head down there at the bottom. And I said, give me the stupid fucking chicken head down there at the bottom, please, my good sir. But no,
Incredible.
I mean, the only two sentimental ones I have are the one for my mom and the one for my granddad. The rest of them are just like, I fucking I fucking got elevated and was like, you know what would be sick if it fucking looked like barbed wire was coming out of my arm and going back into it.
On that note, if people want to see your tattoos, if people want to experience Big Dave, who's 7'4", 375 pounds, or what's okay? What
Yeah.
are the official height and weight measurements? I'm sorry, biggest man alive,
Um,
obviously. So what is the tail of the tape?
biggest man alive, weighing in at the best shape of my life. Standing in at the doctor says I'm still growing, so let's keep that in mind. Doctor has
Sure.
confirmed that I will probably never stop growing for as long as I live. He said it's not like Andre the Giant and it's not like the Big Show. It's I'm not gonna have to have surgery to take my shin bones out to actually
Hmm.
shorten myself. I'm just gonna be able to keep growing, dude, and everyone's gonna have to keep fucking dealing with it. So, but I think right now I'm riding at about 8'7",
8'7". That's right.
eight
I
8 foot 8 foot
I knew you were
7.
like above Yao Ming, kind of in
Two
the Satnam
separate
Singh area.
measurements.
Jesus. All right. On that note, um, Dave. Also, the last thing too, you were wearing your KOBK shirt. You were recently inducted
Oh
into the Brotherhood of KOBK. What does that
yeah.
mean to you?
Man, yeah, let's please talk about that because ain't nobody asked me that yet. That shit,
No.
it honestly means the world to me, man. Because like I said, I used to see Luther, I used to see Sean Campbell, just when I was fucking 17, 18 years old, going to indie shows. So I had, and being like, I got close with Luther just through, being in the business. I met Luther and
Best human
we
being in
got
the world.
cool. I love Luther, man. I love Luther X. Obviously, me and Sean Campbell are very close. That's my little bubble right there. He also stayed with me for a short time, as he recently revealed on in his little when he inducted me into KOBK. He told the world of the time that he came to stay with old Big Dave for a little bit. So we got close, and I met Mose when he was commentating down at New South. We would like go get bites to eat before the shows and shit like that with Carrie, Rocket City Mark, coming back
Hmm.
full circle to the beginning. Uh, Brett was always a dude that I looked up to, and I would just be like, "Wow, that's a fucking tough motherfucker right there." So
He's the man.
even separate from KOBK, getting to wrestle Brett, you want to talk about matches that I think are cool that I've had. Brett Ison, man, he he fucking he whipped my ass silly, but I think I whipped his ass at least maybe not silly, but goofy. I whooped his ass goofy in return. Uh and then he shared, he shared some words with me after that match that were very special to me because I think he knows how much I look up to him, maybe a little bit. But I mean, just fuck the four letters, man. They KOBK. It ain't about nothing but just fucking doing work. And I like Moses said it, and I'll say it too. Like I didn't see the fit at first. Like when they surprised me with it. They were just like, "Hey man, Sean Campbell's gonna say these words, and now he's actually gonna fucking invite you into KOBK." And then I accepted it, and I guess it's imposter syndrome to a degree because like I look up to all these guys so much. I didn't know what they saw in me, if that makes any sense. But to me, I mean, I've come to realize to me it's just like it's realizing that God damn it, I do work real fucking hard. I am fucking really fucking good at this shit. And
Yep.
maybe like that,
You're a
maybe
better fit
them
than you think.
putting I that exactly what I was getting to is like them putting that faith in me helped me, and like words that they shared with me afterwards, and like it really helped me understand like God damn it, dude, I am a good fit for this shit because fuck, I'm fucking cool and tough too. You know what I mean?
I'm cool and tough too. Well, if you want to book someone who's cool and tough, you want to book a member of KOBK, you want to book the biggest man alive, how do people book you?
Um, I'm available for bookings. However, you can reach me. If you got smoke signal, if you got carrier pigeon. But if you want to book me to wrestle and you're not just trying to contact me via carrier pigeon or smoke signal, you can find me on Twitter at hold on, I just changed it again. Big
No, I got it
Dave,
right here.
right? Well, fuck, you got it.
Big
What is
Dave
it?
since
What's my
99.
Twitter? Yes,
Big
Big
Dave
Dave
since
since
99.
'99. And then on
Yeah.
Instagram, I am the age old Big Dave PW because Twitter couldn't ban my Instagram account.
You have a checkered history with Twitter.
I do. I'm on like my seventh account, and I'm so scared that if I take my name out of quotation marks, that they will find me. But yeah,
Dave,
no,
you're.
that Gmail, BigDavePW at gmail.com if you're one of them people who like to email. That's another
I
goal
have a
for
shitty
this
email
year. I
code.
want someone for that's another goal for this year. I want someone to email me to book me.
There you
Hasn't
go.
happened yet,
Big
but I feel like
Big
I
Dave
can call
PW at
myself a professional.
gmail.com. Send him an electronic mail
Yes,
through your
please book me
Outlook
via
or
email.
your
Hot
Outlook account at work. Hotmail.
biggest man
Yeah.
alive 69 at 420 at hotmail.com.
On that note, Dave, I love you. I'm
I love
very
you,
proud
man.
of you. You
Thank you.
are.
That means a lot.
If the world didn't have a big Dave, we'd have to create him, and it would be 1% of what you actually are. So I'm
I
so glad you
appreciate that.
exist.
I
And tell
appreciate
Squids I
that.
love them.
Squids,
And we'll be back in a couple
Ben loves you.
weeks. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Thank you for listening to the show. And Dave, thank you.
Thank you, dude. Thanks for having me. Y'all have a good one. Thank you all for listening if you made it this far. And if you didn't listen, I'm gonna fucking step on you like a bug.